Good morning and happy Tuesday. I'm so excited to be back finally. I have missed you all and it's felt so weird to start my mornings without my morning motivation show. So I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving week. We went to Kansas and it was so nice to just kind of take a break from the usual and to be able to just sleep in and spend time with family and make memories, and it was a really good week. But hi Dawn, thanks so much. Okay, but getting back home was a little bit of an adventure. For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, I'm the Money Saving Mom on Instagram, and we had an adventure. And we didn't end up getting back until yesterday morning at 3 a.m. and we were supposed to get back on Saturday night. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. But first off, if you are new, my name is Crystal Payne, and I am the founder of MoneySavingMom.com, as well as the creator of the 14-day online course called Makeover Your Mornings. And I am wife to Jesse, and we have 3 kids. They are 10, 8, and 6, and we live in the Nashville, Tennessee area, and we are self-employed entrepreneurs. And we had something really exciting happen while I was on Thanksgiving break, and that was that we hit 50,000 followers on Periscope, which just kind of crazy to me, 50,000 of you. But anyway, I'm so grateful for every single one of you and so thankful for you. And I realized how much I love you all and missed you all last week when I was not scoping regularly. So today we're going to talk about 3 ways to get over a bad attitude. And this was inspired by our experience in getting home from the airport on, supposedly it's supposed to be Saturday, and then it ended up being Monday morning. Thanks so much, Catherine. So here's what happened. We had been gone all week long, and Saturday morning, you know, kind of when you're in the middle of, you have a week where there's a lot of busyness and a lot of time with family and a lot of just different things. It was good, but by the end of the week, so Saturday morning, we were all kind of cranky, including me. We all kind of had bad attitudes, and I was just like, we just got to get home. That's what we need to do. And so I was thinking, yes, we're gonna get home. It's gonna be so nice. We're gonna finally be able to be home and sleep in our own beds. And well, then we got to the airport and we discovered that our flight had been delayed by an hour. And then we sat there and we sat there and we sat there and we were trying to make the most of it, and then ended up that our flight got canceled. And which, you know, it's Saturday afternoon and it's an ice storm, and okay, so we then had to wait in line, and Jesse actually went in one line and I went in another line, and we called the American number, and we're just trying to come up with anything that we can come up with that will work to try to get on a flight on Saturday afternoon, and nothing was opening up. Finally, we found another flight that was going to Dallas, where we were supposed to be headed, and we waited in line until everyone on that flight had boarded, and they thought they had enough seats for us, but there's 5 of us, and at the last minute they're like, I'm sorry, our plane's full. And so it was a number of hours that we were waiting at the airport, and then they said, you know what, we can't get you on a flight until 8:55 p.m. on Sunday, and we were supposed to get home by 8:55 on Saturday. And so in that moment, we had a choice, and we could choose either to just say, this is awful, this is terrible, I can't believe this, I'm going to be miserable, or we could choose to say, you know what, we did our best, we tried as hard as we could, and this is out of our control. And yes, Jennifer, it was frustrating, but at the same time, you know what, we thought of a lot of blessings and that sort of thing, and so we chose to have a good attitude. And I want to share 3 things that really helped in that 24-hour period while we were waiting. Number 1 was to prioritize self-care. So if you're having a bad attitude, prioritize self-care. For me, that was realizing, you know what? You know why I had a bad attitude? I was tired and I needed sleep. My kids were tired and they needed sleep. And so we all needed to prioritize care, self-care for each other because we were cranky and we had a bad attitude because we needed sleep. So prioritizing sleep. I knew that myself as an introvert, I needed quiet. I needed to not just say, well, we have all this, this 24 hours, let's go do a whole bunch more stuff. I knew that I needed to take care of myself and my soul and my body. It was just craving quiet and rest. And so that's what we did. We went back to we were able to get a hotel. We had some credit, and so we got a hotel, and we just took 24 hours to just have quiet, to just rest, to sleep. My kids slept for 13 hours. They were very tired. No wonder they were having crabby attitudes. And then we watched movies and we played games and we just hung out. I even read a fiction book and it was so nice. It was just what we needed. So number one, to prioritize self-care, ask yourself, what is my soul and my body craving? And if possible, make time for that, because sometimes our bad attitudes aren't the result of, just that we're just having issues. It's that there's literally something like we need more sleep, and that's causing us to be irritable and frustrated. So prioritize self-care, number one. Two, find the funny. We had a choice in that moment when we figured out that we were going to be stuck for another 24 hours and maybe not even able to get out the next day, and that we were going to, if we did get out, it was going to be this super late flight that was going to get, into Nashville really early in the morning. So we decided to, instead of being frustrated, to find the funny. This is what my friend Tam always says, find the funny. And so in addition to just playing games and having fun and challenging each other to Dutch Blitz tournaments, because I taught my kids how to play Dutch Blitz, one of my favorite games, while we were waiting at the airport, and then they got really into it and wanted to play Dutch Blitz a ton after that. But then looking for things to laugh at. And so finding funny things to laugh at. My kids, they said a couple of things that were just super funny, and I told my husband, and we were just laughing about it instead of saying, I'm so irritable and I'm so frustrated. And it was interesting because the next night when we actually did get on the plane, there was a woman behind us who just was so upset and so angry about the fact that she had been on our flight and she wasn't able to go out the day before, and she was having to get on the 8:55 flight and fly out at that time. And she was by herself, and I don't know her whole circumstance, but she was so angry, and she kept talking about how it was so awful and so terrible because she had to stay another day, and no, she didn't have anything she had to get back for, but it was just so frustrating. She was so mad at the airline, and just on and on and on. And I just thought, we have a choice in those moments. And yes, I don't know her circumstances, so I'm not judging her, but I'm just thinking, I could be sitting there and thinking the same thing in that moment while I'm sitting there with my kids and knowing they're not going to get home until 3 a.m. in the morning. But instead, we're sitting there on the plane and we were just laughing and talking and just finding the funny. So find the funny. We watched some YouTube clips and we were just laughing about them and just looking around us for things that were funny, because there's funny all around you if you look for it. So number one, prioritize self-care. Number two, find the funny. Number three, notice the good. And this is something that we really chose to do, because there are a lot of frustrating things that can happen at an airport. And the delays, yes, they can be frustrating and they can, mess up your schedule and mess up your day. But here's the thing. Most of the time, the people who are working the counter are not the people who are responsible for those delays. A lot of times, our delays, it was because of weather. It was completely out of their control. And so we decided to, instead of being frustrated, to notice the good. And so my husband and I, we actually talked to the gate agents, multiple gate agents, and we just told them, thank you so much. This is such a hard situation, and you guys are being so patient, and you're doing such a great job, and we just really appreciate you doing this. And we told them, thank you so much for trying to get us on these flights. Thank you so much for, just having to deal with this hard situation and being so professional about it. And we went out of our way to tell them thank you because they need to hear thank you. This is a hard situation when they can't do anything about it, but everyone's upset at them like it's their fault. And so notice the good. We also looked for the blessings. We looked for the thing of, you know what are the blessings in this? Well, number one, we don't have to get home today. Number two, we have credit that we can go to a hotel and we can get a hotel. Number three, this allows us to be able to have more time, downtime as a family. This is giving us an opportunity to be able to sleep in, to not have to jump right back into life, but to be able to take another 24 hours to just be together as a family. And so noticing the good, looking for the blessings, we found them all around us. And that was a way for us to really turn around that bad attitude. So number one, when you're having a bad attitude, 3 ways to turn it around is to prioritize self-care. Ask yourself, what is my soul and my body craving? Number 2, find the funny. Look for something around you that you can laugh at and then share it with someone else, because funny is more funny when you share it with someone else. And number 3, notice the good. Look for the good, find the good and praise it, because there's good all around us. There's always, always, always something to be thankful for. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I am not going to be doing a scope this afternoon because I'm actually flying again to South Carolina today to see my really good friends, Kathy, Renee, and Michelle. We've been planning this trip for months and months and months, and we had to change it because Michelle's dad died and we ended up going to the funeral, and then Michelle got cancer again and had to have her surgery and her chemo and her radiation. And so we are so excited that we are finally getting to have this trip. It feels like this extra special blessing that we all are healthy and able to have this trip. We didn't think that that was going to be a possibility a few months ago. So anyway, so I'm flying to South Carolina this afternoon for that, but I will plan to do my regular scopes this week while I'm in South Carolina, and maybe get in another Money Making Mom scope. But if you missed my scope last night, I did like the longest scope in history on making money blogging. So if you're interested in that, that can kind of make up for the fact that I haven't been doing my afternoon scopes. But I also am going to do, finally, we're going to get back to our Just Show Up scopes, because I've not didn't do those last week. And I'm also later on this morning going to hop on and do a Pinterest scope, because you all that participated in the Pinterest community project where we shared group boards and all of that, I have all those links ready for you, and so I'm going to get those up on my scope page, and I'll do a scope to kind of share with you about that and what that's all about. So anyway, that's what's happening today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and that you take some time to make sure that you be intentional about doing some of these things that we talked about this morning if you woke up with a bad attitude. So have a great day, and I will talk to you later.